Yo, what's going on guys, Jared here, and today I have this very special video for you. After the YCS, I decided to probably switch decks for now. I might go back to the Sword Soul 10 list, but I'm not sure yet. I'm testing out some new options for the next upcoming events, and I wanted to broaden my horizons to other decks as much as I can. So I'm just trying out some new things on Dueling Book, and this is one of the things I was looking at, and so I had a really interesting replay, and I wanted to show you guys the power of something I've been playing. But before we show you the replay and the deck list, please friendly reminder to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's not much, that it helps a lot. But yeah, moving forward, I'm going to show you guys the replay of what the deck can do and how it does in the matchup. And then afterwards, I'll show you the deck profile and just explain everything as I go. So as you can see, I win the rock, paper, scissors to be able to go first. And for this deck, we are playing Lyrilusc. We are playing Lyrilusc with Brave. And there is some little hidden interactions between these two engines that actually make them work together quite nicely. And I'll explain because it's going to come up right here. So right off the bat, we are going to activate the Water Enchantress. So the reason we do this first is we want to be able to bait out an Ash Blossom if he has it, because our hand is very dependent, on this bird call resolving. So you use the Water Enchantress so you can bait out Ash Blossom if he has it, hopefully. He lets it go through, so at that point I'm confident he's in the Ash Blossom, because usually you Ash Blossom the Water Enchantress so that they can't get the Omni in the gate before they're just doing their real plays. So now we do, we get the token, we get the Fateful Adventure, activate the Fateful Adventure to be able to add our Griffin Rider. This is super important for this deck, and the reason being is that it's a wing beast monster that is searchable and gives us an Omni negate. That is super important because it lets cards that normally wouldn't be starters, like Sapphire Swallow, be starters now. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a second, right here in this replay. So again, I just put right to graveyard now. Because we have the token, I special summon the Wandering Griffin Rider, and then we activate the Fateful Adventure so we can search our equip spell. So yeah, we get our Draco back. And now that we're here, we have an Omni negate. Now we can safely use Bird Call. And we're going to add the Cobalt Sparrow. Now this is very simple, nothing too crazy. So now we can activate the Swallow because we have a control a wing beast monster, which the Wandering Griffin Rider is. So now we can special summon the Swallow and special summon the Cobalt Sparrow. And because Sparrow was special summoned, you're able to search a level 1 wing beast monster. So here we are just going to get the Barrel Canary. Barrel Canary is super important because it's just a 1-card Exceed. It's so good. And this is what's going to go into your Lyrilusc Exceed at the end of the combo usually. But we do play the Ghost Trick engine. Now this is something that I have always remembered from when it came out. It comes out in the new set that came out, I should say, with Ghost Trick Shot. This is a card that a lot of people can skim over and not think about it very much. Here it is, Ghost Trick Shot. This came out in, I believe, Battles of Chaos. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I am. But yeah, so this card special summons back a Ghost Trick monster from your graveyard. And then it has an optional effect after to switch the battle position. And then you could also banish it from the graveyard to equip a Ghost Trick to Exceed you control. Yeah, it's alright. All those effects don't really matter. It's mostly for the special summon effect. It's a searchable Premature Burial, searchable monster born for Ghost Tricks. So you can go into Dullahan with 2 level 1s, and then go into the Angel of Mischief, detach the Dullahan to add the Ghost Trick Shot, and then you can activate the shot, bring back the Dullahan, and then you can summon another Angel of Mischief over that Dullahan. Now, after you do this, you have 2 level 4s that are not number monsters, so you can go into Utopic Future F0. And then after we do that, we can use our Dullahan effect to be able to add back the Ghost Trick Shot. When I was doing this combo, I was trying to figure out a way where we can use this Ghost Trick Shot again in the future, and we did figure out a way that makes this work and get actual value for this card. So yeah, now we have our Utopic F0. So now we have Wandering Griffin Rider as 1 negate, and then we have Utopic Draco Future as another negate. And then he Ghost Spells the add back for the what's it called, for the Dullahan. Not that big of a deal. I had to make sure. And then yeah, now we can activate the Barrel Canary. So we can use the Barrel Canary to bring back the Sapphire Swallow, and then special summon both, and then go into your Assemble Blue Robin. And then we can activate the blue under it to, well, it gives the effect to Blue Robin to be able to equip one from the grave. So yeah, we equip that. I do a misclick, ignore this. I'm just fixing it. DB being a pain in the ass as normal. Okay, so yeah, now we have the Assemble Blue Robin. So now we have Utopic Draco Future, Griffin Rider, Blue Robin, with 3 bounces on it. And then we can equip, just something that's so cool to me. You can equip Draco back with the Assemble Blue Robin, and then Faithful Adventure will protect it from being destroyed by battle. So this protects it from your opponent going from normal summon, attack over the Blue Robin. So being able to do this protects the weakest part of the card in itself because you use the Brave package. It's just something that's so simple and so good that it could be easily overlooked, and it's just using all of the effects of the Brave cards, not just the main ones, to their fullest potential. So yeah, he goes, and then he just immediately concedes. That is such a hard board to break. Is 1 Omni Negate, 1 Monster Negate, and 3 Monster Bounces. I think Assemble Blue Nightingale is an insanely good card right now. It's not to be overlooked in any stretch of the means. So yeah, so he starts off with the Luber. I was trying to figure out a way where to ogre the branded deck. There's not a lot of good places to ogre it, to be honest. I was trying to find some kind of way, but there really isn't any that made it seem worth it to me. So yeah, he does a little combo here with the branded cards. I ogre the Mirror Jade. Yeah, so then during the draw phase he uses branded in red to be able to fusion summon immediately. So we get to the Add Back Tragedy, fusion summon, summons the Masquerade, so it burns me whenever I activate a card or effect. Activates those, so he gets another search, and then he special summons back the Ice Jade. Yeah, Mirror Jade, sorry. Oh, Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon, yeah. So this is a on-field banish, non-targeting. Foolish Burial, it's not Foolish Burial, it sends a extra deck fusion to the graveyard to banish, and then when it's sent to the field, to the graveyard on his side of the field, it destroys all my monsters in the end phase, which is so annoying. But it's fine. So here, we try playing through it. So we summon the Warbler, and then we summon the Cobalt Sparrow. Go for the search, and then he activates Ash Blossom and Joy Springs. We activate Where Art Thou to get our Barrel Canary so that we can have a follow-up play after we try to go for a Zeus play. So we have to take all these life points just to go for Zeus. Activate the Zeus effect. He changed the Ice Jade and hits that. So here's the predicament that we're in now. This Ice Jade triggers now, and then it resolves in the end phase to destroy everything. This is a huge pain in the ass because it is so frustrating to deal with because you can't rebuild a board, right? So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to one of the main, not one of the main reasons, but definitely a factor in making this build was that after you clear an Ice Jade, you can make something like Utopic Draco feature that can't be destroyed by card effects, and this card's still irrelevant, and it gets you to not Omni Negate, but to a Monster Negate still. That's still a pain in the ass to deal with. So yeah, so we do the Barrel Canary to make the Cobalt, to then go into Dullahan and the Ghost Trick. He nibs me here, and then during the end phase, obviously the Ice Jade triggers, and then pulls up my board, and I just lose there. I can't really do anything. Now for game 3. So this is our hand. We were talking about something like this. Opening up Dotscaper was really good here. This is one of the best normal summons you can play in the deck, and it's not for doing the Cybers combo. This is strictly because it's a level 1 that comes back no matter where it goes. So you can overlay with it, detach it, and then it would still come back to the field. And it normally, you know, you can kind of keep using it. It's just so good. Like the fact that you can just put it on an Exceed monster, detach it, it comes back, and then put it on another Exceed monster. That's like, it's such good fodder and such a strong normal summon for what we need. It's like the same logic as something like Red Rose Dragon, where it's 2 bodies in 1 or 3 bodies in 1. But this is 2 bodies, Red Rose is 3. But yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, we go right, get the token, get Faithful, normal summon Dotscaper, and then we could just get Draco back here. Activate Faithful to get Griffin Rider, pitch the Draco back, and then Draco back equip the token. And then we can now activate Griffin Rider. So now that we're here, we have this board. Whoops, sorry. We have this board. We can activate Where Art Thou to be able to get Sapphire Swallow. We can activate Sapphire Swallow again because we have Griffin Rider specifically. And then summon the Cobalt Sparrow and add Barrel Canary. From here, we can overlay into the Ghost Trick. And again, we have to detach the Dullahan so that we can make sure we can get it back with the Ghost Trick shot. And this is all part of assembling our board. So yeah, we do all this, be able to go into F0, and then Dotscaper and the Dullahan trigger to get back the Ghost Trick shot, and special back the Dotscaper. We go into the Utopic Draco future, and then go into the Recital Starling. Recital Starling effect we'll be able to use to get DD Crow, so now we have another Omni Negate, and this is so good against the Branded deck because it stops Branded in red, so we can hold this for something like Branded in red so we can't get the Quick Play Fusion spell. So moving forward, we go into Barrel Canary to bring back the blue, and then go into Nightingale, or Robin, sorry. I always get the names mixed up. And then go bring back Swallow. I know we can do it with Sparrow so that we can't be targeted by card effects, but I'm not too worried about it. I'd rather have the extra bounce. So now here we are. We obviously he has 6 cards, so he has to play through an Omni Negate, the Monster Negate, 3 bounces with Robin, an Ash Blossom, and a DD Crow that we searched. That's just crazy to me. So he starts off with Rite of Amnesia. I'm just going to fast forward it. Gets Fateful, summons token. So we have to Robin the token. So the Fateful package gets destroyed by this card because you don't have to worry about Draco back. Just one card just clears it. So Draco back can't trigger. He gets the Griffin, we get rid of it. We ash the Branded Fusion, and then that's the end of that. Just something to keep in note, even if the Branded Fusion resolved, and he summons the one that Fusion summons again, that'll be Chain Link 1, and then we can Chain Link 2 Robin to bounce back the Fusion if we wanted to, so that he can't go into a Mirror Jade that can banish. But yeah, that's just something that we can do in this deck. We also could have used the Griffin Rider to negate the Branded Fusion as well. So we have multiple options of what we wanted to do there. But yeah, that's just the game I wanted to show with this deck. And now I'm going to show you guys a deck profile. Everything. Just something to keep in mind, this is a rough draft. I was starting it with 40 cards. I decided to bump it up to 60 because I wanted to play some certain other cards to help with consistency. But yeah, overall, this is the build right now, and I'll explain cards as I go. So for now, for hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom, 3 DD Crow, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Ogre, and 3 Nibiru. So I think that's a good number of hand traps right now. I don't think we have to go too crazy. And the fact that we can main deck DD Crow is super good in this deck. We can use it as combo pieces for certain things and not just for as a hand trap. And it's searchable with things like Starling and Cobalt Sparrow. And then for the actual monsters that we play, we play 2 copies of Dotscaper, 3 Barrel Canary, 2 Wagtail, 3 Cobalt Sparrow, 3 Sapphire Swallow, 3 Turquoise Warbler, 2 Magician Souls, 1 Wandering Griffin Rider, and 3 Water Enchantress, and 2 Illusion of Chaos. Obviously, I just wanted to get the hand traps out of the way first, but that's all the other monsters I play. Magician Souls is busted in this deck because you can use it for the Brave package. Obviously, that's the very, the normal thing that you can do, but this is also the card that lets you use the Ghost Trick Shot back into utility. So if you do any rank 1, and then you can go into Magician Souls to send the Ghost Trick Shot to get a real card out of it, and it's still a level 1 extender. That is so good. And we want to see it, so we do play 2 and 2 without the bricks, so this is a brickless engine now, so we want to be able to use it. And then for spells, we have 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Dracoback, 1 Fateful Adventure, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Ghost Trick Shot, 3 Jack in the Hand, 3 Lyrilusc Bird Call, 1 1-for-1, 3 Rite of Armesia, 3 Small World, and 3 Where Art Thou. Small World is something I'm not 100% set on in this deck yet. It's kind of weird. Trying to figure out all the lines still. The Lyrics themselves are kind of a pain in the ass to get to which one you need, but it's just something that I'm not 100% set on yet. So this was, again, I just wanted to, again, clarify that this is a first draft build, essentially. I am still testing it. I want to figure more things out with it, but overall, I do like the way it plays and that it can do many different things. For the extra deck, for now, we have 1 copy of Zeus, 1 copy of Downer Magician, 3 copies of Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief, 2 copies of Ghost Trick Dullahan, 1 copy of the rank 1 bird. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Kikigashi Fucho, I believe it's called. 1 Assemble Blue Robin. I like this card a lot. I want to play 2 of it, but finding room is really hard. 2 copies of Utopic F-Zero, and then 2 copies of F-Zero Draco Future, and then the normal Utopic features, because you need a good follow-up for the second turn, because there's not a lot of good rank 1, like, how can I word it, like rank 1 interrupts and bodies, right? So if you look at the actual extra deck, there's not really a lot of big things you can go into. You can go into Zeus, and you can go into Utopic F-Zero and Robin. That's like it. There's not really, you know what I mean? You're not really putting big pressure on the board, so having something that's like a 3,000 body like this is huge. And then we have 1 Link Rebo to round it off. The Link Rebo is also really good, obviously, with the Robin, because again, it's something like the Dracoback that I mentioned earlier. You can use Link Rebo to stop the attack on the Robin and be able to protect it so that you can keep playing. So there's some plays where you can do where you have to normal summons like a bird or something, and then being able to send it to the graveyard to link summon Link Rebo, and then bring it back with something, and to be able to keep playing. So yeah, overall, that's just the deck. This is the side deck for now. It's just nothing serious. But for now, we have 3 Cosmic, 3 Crossout Designator, 3 Twin Twister, 3 Anti-Spell Fragments, and 3 Gozen Match. Again, this is nothing that's dead set. This is just something I threw together for the side deck at least. Everything else in this deck, there's theory behind it in some kind of way. We're still trying to figure it out. But it's very hard. Testing in a very open meta like this is it's something to be excited about and scared about, because there's so many things that could do well. And I think that this is something that I really want to mess around with more. It's super fun. But overall, I hope you guys do like this deck. there's nothing really too else crazy about it. I only play 2 Wagtail because you only play one target with the bird call. So if you open up bird call, Wagtail's not live, and then vice versa, obviously. So yeah, it's not that, not that great. And then obviously I want to play as many level 1 hand traps as I can, like Crow and Veiler, so that we can be able to use them as fodder or use them for Where Art Thou, so we can continue our plays still. But yeah, overall, that is the deck. Again, it is subject to change, but this is something that I think you can play and get around with. And I know that there is no Tri-Brigades in this. I know that I can play Tri-Brigades in this, but I really don't want to play Tri-Brigades in this because this deck does not lose to Lancia, and I want to keep it that way as much as I can. So I like this deck a lot as it is, and I want to keep messing around with it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to be playing it on stream probably whenever I can stream again, hopefully soon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Friendly reminder to like and subscribe again. It doesn't take a lot, and I appreciate it a lot. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.